We staan op dit moment bij een aantal VOX-gitaren. Nou, VOX bestaat al heel erg lang. En sinds 3 jaar hebben ze ook een gitaarlijn erbij gekregen. De ontwerper van de gitaren, VOX-gitaren staat naast mij, Rich Lasner. Hi Rich. Fine. Long time since I see you. We got some guitars that you developed with VOX. Let's go to some of these guitars. Those are
33. Sorry. Yeah, 33 series.
Okay, that's a 33 series. This is a model reachable by most guitar players out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, the idea behind this guitar was to provide a guy at a very moderate price with a really professional instrument. One of the things that we do in our company is from the very top of the range, so our handmade guitars, all the way down into this range, the tuning gears, the bridge, the pickups and the electronics are identical.
Yeah.
Normally what happens when you go into a store and you have a certain amount of money to spend, what isn't as good as a more expensive one is the hardware and the electronics. And if you're a decent player, within a year or two, you're frustrated because the tuning gears will break or the pickups aren't very good, and you realize you have to spend another 100 or 200 euros just to make the guitar good enough to keep.
Yeah.
We decided to take a different approach. When you manufacture, if you buy more of something, it actually costs less.
Yeah.
So we were able, as a big company being part of Korg, to buy a large amount of good pickups, good tail pieces, and good tuning gears, and use it throughout the range. And that's actually a really good thing for the player,
Yeah.
but we're so used to buying an inexpensive guitar and knowing someday we're going to hate the pickup, someday the arm will break on the bridge.
Yeah.
That won't happen with our instruments.
Yeah, but this is exactly the same kind of hardware which is also in the more expensive guitars.
Exactly the same. It's not just similar, it's identical. And even down to like a complicated neck joint.
Yeah.
On a guitar like this, you won't find that kind of tailoring and sculpting in a guitar of this price range. Normally you put up with it not being very comfortable, not playing all that well, and you dream someday I'll get a better guitar.
Yeah.
We want to make sure the guy who starts on this guitar loves it and keeps it, and if he gets better, he won't feel like, I made a bad choice.
No. That's exactly what I wanted to ask, like how can VOX be different from all other guitars being around, but that's kind of the answer, of course.
Right, it's exactly the answer is we wanted to give a more valuable instrument to the player and not make it so expensive that he can only dream of owning it. So if you get this guitar, you won't think, oh, if I'd only bought the better one, I'd be a happy guitar player.
Yeah.
You know, for instance, these guitars are all curved in both dimensions, all the way down to the bottom of our line. Normally, when you buy the less expensive one, it's a square block of wood, it's not that comfortable, and in a year you think, should have gotten something better. We want to change that.
Yeah, and like we have a couple of guitars here.
Yeah.
But how does it go? You invent a model, and do you go to the factory abroad to, how do you say that, supervise the production process of a new guitar?
Yeah, absolutely. We have people who basically go to the factories every month and work on the line and make sure that everything stays at a high quality level. And also, we do all the design on the same type of software that all of the factories use.
Yeah.
When we finish the model, we fly to the factory, install the program, have them run it, and troubleshoot it before anything ever gets to production. That's also a very unusual thing, and it's only 3 people that are the entire VOX guitar company.
Yeah. And can we walk to another
Absolutely.
guitar? I like this one.
Take it home. Yeah, again, a classic color.
Yeah.
Everybody's familiar with the gold top, but it again has our electronics, pickups, and the bridge and tuners, and also a very sculpted neck joint.
Yeah.
So you get a classic feeling from the guitar. It's not incredibly expensive, but when you get better, you'll feel like this is a nice guitar to play.
Okay, let's go to the other side. We have
Of course.
two more hanging there with some guys who are taking them.
okay then.
They took it really like from take it home.
Yeah, that's okay.
They probably could do it.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Don't mind us.
No.
Please. This is the 33 series.
Yeah.
So you'll notice in each range we make a single cutaway and a double cutaway.
Yeah.
All the way from the top of the range down to the bottom. The way that the prices change and why one is less expensive than the other is the country that the factory is in. Whether it's US, Japan, Korea, or in Indonesia.
Yeah, because you're producing in different countries.
Exactly. So what we get is the economy of scale being Korg, being a large company that can go all around the world to have manufacturing facilities, but at the same time, we're able to control the quality to the point where each one is a good instrument in and of itself.
Then this is more the high-end series.
This is actually the middle of the line.
Yeah.
It looks really impressive because we use really high quality wood and inlay work, but again, the beauty of it is, as we have a large range and we buy large amounts of wood, we're able to have beautifully grained flame maple and really nice mahogany and rosewood on a very medium priced guitar. It's very impressive looking, but it doesn't have to cost a fortune.
Just a detailed question.
Yes, sir.
It's embedded, the knob.
Yeah, well the reason is, since it's a carved top and actually the whole guitar is bent, if we don't recess it, it'll be sticking out at an angle from the surface of the guitar. So it's just a little detail to make sure that it's very comfortable and everything is just right.
So we're here with the real high-end guitars. You told me about your son and the color and the way you designed this model.
Yeah, interestingly, like we said, we like to do some classic touches with new ideas, so you feel comfortable with it, and it also has a really nice vintage vibe, even though it's new. And in my son's guitar collection, he's a professional musician, he has an old Telecaster that is this exact color over swamp ash, not the cream. It's sort of like a vintage see-through white, and we thought that's really cool. So we made this guitar completely out of carved swamp ash and copied the finish.
Brilliant.
It's a really interesting touch. It has a mahogany neck, but the body itself weighs absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and from the step-in models, how do they differ from this guitar?
Well, this guitar is semi-hollow, and it's carved completely inside and out. So it's a much harder process, and it takes much longer to complete one of these than our solid bodies. So it's a really expensive way to make a guitar, but we thought that the effort for the result was absolutely worth it.
Thank you very much for the interview.
Pleasure.
And love the guitars.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Really great to see you guys.
Okay.
Enjoy. See you again.